Hello guys, welcome to the channel, welcome to AMWFootball. So it finished Arsenal 1, Manchester City 1 and the players rating, and welcome to the players rating show. So yeah, let's get to it, but before, you know what you do. You subscribe to my channel, like this video and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any other videos. So if you miss, that's your fault because you don't hit the notification bell. So yeah, let's get to it. And a crazy game of football we saw yesterday, and it was absolutely crazy. But before the player rating, I want to mention something. When last season Arsenal went to Etihad and we were down to 10 men and we had 1 lead over Manchester City, and they scored at the last minute an equalizer. After the game, every pundit, social media, Sky Sport, talk shit, all criticize Arsenal for parking the bus, being defensive. But yesterday, when Manchester City had an early lead against Arsenal, Haaland scored that robot, and the second half when we made those changes, Manchester City took all their offensive players and brought on defense. They parked the bus. It was basically Arsenal versus 11 bus drivers. What? It was 5-4-1. That was Manchester City's formation at the second half. They parked the bus completely. Pep Guardiola went Jose Mourinho 2.0. Jose Mourinho was saying, if Jose Mourinho seen that, he will be proud to influence Pep Guardiola that much. But everyone, from talk shit, Sky Sport, pundits, praises Manchester City for being defensively so good. And that's really absolutely ridiculous. You should criticize both teams or praise both teams. Just because it's Manchester City, it doesn't mean that you gotta praise him for being defensively so good and also being defensively parking the bus, basically. So that's ridiculous. And the criticism from Arteta is really harsh. At the first half, he did make a mistake. He understood it. He made a mistake of playing Mikel Merino and benching Ibrahimovic. But at the start of second half, he rectified his mistake, and at the second half we saw much better Arsenal. When Bukayo Saka and Ibrahimovic came on at the second half, it was completely changed the game, and basically for the first time we all saw that Manchester City playing defensive football and parked the bus completely, and Gabriel Martinelli deserved all the praises in the world after 2 bad seasons. Now this season he started brilliantly, the way we want him to start, the way we want Gabriel Martinelli to score, and he is absolutely incredible with his finishes. He finished a beautiful goal against Athletic Club Bilbao at the Champions League. Now he finished against Manchester City. It was so great. And yeah, the bad news I'm gonna say it at the end of the video, so make sure you watch the video until the end. So now let's get to the players rating, starting with David, right? I'm gonna give him, yes, concede a goal, but seriously, that only after that, when Manchester City scored the goal, he did only one save, as I can remember. No much trouble him, nothing much serious happened in our goal, so I'm gonna give him a 7. Right back is Julian Timber. He was alright. I'm gonna give him 7-2. William Saliba was out of the position. He didn't know he would go to Reinders or go back and defend, so that was he caught at the position, and we can see the goal, and 5 from me. Gabriel, he was, because we can see that goal and he was out of his position, I'm gonna give Big Gabby a 5. Doesn't do anything much, and he should be on this position, because Haaland will find a way to go around the players to score, and he did because Gabriel was out of the position. Ricardo Calafiori, we saw better from him with his passes, with his moving forward. So I'm going to give him a 6. Midfield, Mikel Moreno, the first player that he didn't do anything. He shouldn't be at the starting lineup at the first place. He didn't do anything. He was so bad. So I'm gonna give Mikel Moreno a 4. Zubimendi was alright. So I'm gonna give him a 5. Declan Rice, he was good with his corners. It was Donnarumma, because Donnarumma is so big, he is tall. With his corner, if there was any other goalkeeper, we surely scored 1 or 2 goals from the corners. His corners was so great, and some of the passes at the midfield, and he lose a couple of those. So I'm gonna give him a 6. At the attack, Noni Madueke was absolutely good at the first half. Noni Madueke was so great. Since we signed him, he absolutely proved everyone wrong. I'm gonna give him a 7. Leandro Trossard shouldn't even start, just like Mikel Moreno. Whenever Leandro Trossard came from the bench, he absolutely brilliant for us. I really like Trossard to be come off as a bench. He is a bench player. He is not a starting lineup. If he started this Wednesday against Portugal, I have no problem. Or if Leandro Trossard to start against teams like Burnley or West Ham, I have no issue with that. But it was a big game. It was against Manchester City, and we needed to win that. And Leandro Trossard was not good at all. So I'm going to give him a 6. And with Gyökeres, we signed the best striker, and we still not learn how to play with him. He didn't do anything because we didn't serve him. If we serve a striker with a great pass, we all know how great Victor Gyökeres is with his finishes. There's nothing to say about it because we all know how good Victor Gyökeres is. He can score from his left leg, with his right leg, even with his header. Now he is playing with Arsenal, he scored that. So we all know how good Victor Gyökeres is. But we didn't serve him, we didn't provide Victor Gyökeres with anything. That was the reason he was so poor. So I'm gonna give him a 5. Now I'm gonna write my top here. So substitution. Etienne Monieri came on at the second half. Didn't do much anything because his substitution was late. I'm gonna give him a 5. Bukayo Saka. I'm so happy that he is back. First of all, he is our best player, and we don't have to say anything about our star boy Bukayo Saka. And he came on at the second half, he was much better, completely changed the game. And we all know the difference between Noni Madueke and Bukayo Saka. 2 different players, completely different players. Bukayo Saka can change the game in an instant. And we all know how good Bukayo Saka is. And it was his first game after a few weeks of injury, so I'm going to give him a 6. Eberechi Eze. What a pass. What a brilliant assist by him. If it was Mikel Moreno, he would have made that pass. He would have made that assist to Gabriel Martinelli. I'm going to give him a 7. He should have started. We all want him to start. He was fit. He was ready against Liverpool. He should have started. He didn't. Now, against Manchester City, he was ready. He was there to start. And against big team, why we are not playing? I'm gonna ask this to Mikel Arteta. Why we are benching Eberechi Eze when it's come to big teams? Because we know how good he is. But Crystal Palace, he was the one to score the FA Cup final goal and won Crystal Palace their first trophy. So I'm gonna give him a 7 because he was brilliant with his assist and it completely changed the game. Gabriel Martinelli, absolutely amazing. After criticism, after he faced criticism after criticism, it's now looked like the real Martinelli is coming back. In the last 2 games, he proved it. Last night, we desperately needed not to lose that game. And thankfully, with a brilliant assist from Eberechi, Gabriel Martinelli has scored and equalized for us. I'm gonna give him a solid 9. Mikel Arteta got the starting lineup absolutely wrong. It was criminal to start Mikel Moreno and benching Eberechi. In the second half, he rectified his mistake. He understood he made a big mistake. So at the start of this second half, he brought on Saka and Eberechi. So I'm gonna give him a 6. And yeah, guys, that was my player rating. And the bad news is that Noni Madueke picked up a serious injury. The timeline of how long he will be out is unknown. Hopefully it's not ACL, because we are facing so many injuries this season. Already we played 5 games and we faced 7 to 8 injuries. Jesus is out since last season. Kai Havertz, Bukayo Saka, William Saliba, Ben White, Christian Nogard. Pierre Hincapié was out with an injury. He didn't even play for us. Yeah, he came on as a substitute, but it was 2 minutes against the Champions League against Athletic Club. But it was 2 minutes. He didn't do anything. And I feel there's a dark cloud surrounding Arsenal when it comes to injuries. So many injuries we are facing. And now Noni Madueke. That's a bad news, really bad news, because Noni Madueke has been brilliant. And I am really impressed how Noni Madueke is playing. He played so many games. He started basically each and every game for Chelsea last season and at the Club World Cup, apart from the final when he signed for Arsenal, and he cut short his holiday to come to join the team and train with the team with Arsenal. And when Saka got injured, he was brilliant. And now he picked up an injury, a knee injury. Today they were scanning his knee, and we will find out soon how long he will be out. Hopefully it's not an ACL injury, because if it's an ACL, it will be a long time since we see Noni Madueke back. So Noni Madueke, get well soon. Wish you the best of and a speedy recovery to you. And yeah, guys, how do you feel? How do you feel about my rating, and how do you feel about the whole game that we played? Let me know in the comments, and subscribe. Make sure you definitely subscribe to my channel. Let's push subscribe, and let's push the like button. So that's only because of the algorithm that will push my content, and so I can bring you more contents. And I'll see you soon, guys. Thank you for watching this show.